Welcome. I'm delighted that you are here. My name is Robin Richards, and I am your teacher and the creator here at Robin's WellNest. I'm here to inspire and teach you empowered healing and wellness in all seasons of life. This is so you can enjoy a vibrant life and wellness regardless of what challenges and change may or probably will emerge. Here at Robin's WellNest, I focus my teaching on mindset, mindfulness, and Reiki energy healing to merge science with the world of woo. This way, you have all the information to select the tools that work best for what you need right now. Today, we are going to explore one of my favorite fun topics to say, feminine flow. Now, this is a concept that I've been developing with my therapist for the past year. And no, I'm not talking about menstruation. So let's just get that out of the way. Feminine flow is about maximizing your energy and potential to align your life by balancing structure with flexibility so that you can preserve the precious energy that you have. I chose this lesson today because I know that you want to have structure, but not be so rigid that you break. And honestly, go with the flow probably seems a little scary for you and perhaps even a little bit flaky sometimes. So let's dive in to feminine flow. Now, I have an analogy. This is where it all began with my therapist over a year ago. I started meeting with her because I had to switch therapists, to be quite honest, because of lovely medical insurance changes. And it's always a struggle for me getting to know someone new and having to fill them in on all of my backstory and everything else. But as we were engaging in that process, something that emerged was the question of, well, what do you want to be working on? Because I had been so deep in my healing and I have all of these tools, and it really was about, well, how do I activate and empower all of these tools to continue healing but grow alongside of it? And the main area that came into focus for me was being able to go with the flow. Now, as a person who has lived with complex PTSD and continues to manage the symptoms of it, I have found that control has been one of the ways that I have been able to excel in all areas of my life until I couldn't control things anymore. You're going to continue to hear me say the one thing in life that you can control is yourself. But at many points in my life, I was trying to control everything and everyone around me. Now, there are some aspects of this control, as I said, that not only were part of me being able to manage my complex PTSD symptoms, but also helped me to thrive. I am a teacher, and I hold my master's in curriculum and instruction. So it only makes sense that one of the ways in which I would control things is by planning. This has helped not only me in my professional life, but it has helped me in my personal life as well. I plan some pretty fantastic vacations if I do say so myself. Now, there are a lot of different strategies that I use everywhere from meal planning to, as I said, vacation planning, the content that you receive each week that have really helped me to thrive in my life. But there are many ways in which that has also inhibited my life and my enjoyment of my life. So when I stepped into therapy now over a year ago with this new therapist, I realized that I wanted to create a squishy ball. So here's the analogy. I want to be a squishy ball. My goal has always been to be a sphere, a ball of some sort. But I constructed myself in a way that was rigid and stiff, and that when you dropped it, it would break. And it would take a long time to pick up all of those pieces. So my intent, and using the analogy of wanting to become a squishy ball, is allowing myself to still be this sphere, but allow myself to flow and ebb and be dropped and still be a ball. Now, there is a need for structure in life. We have time defined so that we can come together and we can be highly organized and effective in order to make greater gains and progress. But as I mentioned, if you become that very tight, structured, firm ball, it can be negative in implications with high anxiety that can also become crippling in some cases. That need for control that will inevitably end not well. It's also fear-based when we are trying to control things and we are trying to go beyond the squishy ball analogy of setting some structures in place. Now, as I said, that is a natural inclination for people who are managing any type of anxiety, trauma response, those types of things. And it's okay to be in that space. Always remember, you are okay exactly where you are. You are always enough. But if you're seeking to grow and be better, we step into the reality of only being able to control one thing which is ourself, and finding balance within that control in order to be able to move forward. Now, when we don't find that balance, we often waste energy. It's kind of a conundrum, really, because if we aren't planned enough, then we can have anxiety spikes and we can tend to feel inefficient, right? And that we're not getting enough done. But if we're too planned, then we waste energy there as well because we've overplanned, as well as that's where a lot of judgment and frustration can step in when we're overplanned. So there needs to be that balance, the squishy ball, the feminine flow. That's where it steps in. So in order to become this squishy ball, as I'm using the analogy of, and step into your feminine flow, the first piece is create boundaries. Create some goalposts and structures in your life. But then beyond creating those boundaries and those structures, you need to trust that it's all going to be okay, no matter what. No matter what, it's going to be okay. You are okay just as you are. Now, having general timelines and to-dos, those are wonderful tools to help you not only make progress, but measure progress and continue to grow. But as you're scheduling things, make sure that in the feminine flow of being a squishy ball, you not only allow for flexibility if changes emerge, which they will, but you also schedule in time for yourself to rest and restore. Create space so that new things that you never even imagined can emerge. I know this can be challenging. It continues to be challenging for me, but it can be done and it is worth it. That's why returning every single Monday for a new lesson on empowered healing helps give you these gentle reminders of creating space for new things to emerge and to grow. Now, as you're looking into different tools, I want you to know my favorite tools all are around planning. Now, sometimes you use a digital planner. Perhaps, like in my life, I share an electronic calendar with my partner so that we have that structure in place and can have consistent communication around things that will emerge in our schedule. Perhaps, like me, you really love paper though, so I transfer all of those items onto a paper calendar where I look at monthly tasks as well as I break down things into weekly and daily plans, always emerging in the different seasons of life, whether it be in summer where things are a little bit more wonky and flexible, or when we're in more of the regular routines that exist within a school year. Breaking down chunks of time that fit whatever season I'm in. That includes when it looked very different when I was single to when I was married without children, to having a newborn, to having a child in daycare, to having a child in school. And as that continues to evolve with my dependents' different stages of life. But the whole component that needs to exist is having some form of process to create those boundaries, those structures, and then again, reminding yourself that within those structures, you allow yourself to flow. Start squishing. Start your experiment with being a squishy ball today. When you become a squishy ball, put in all of the tools of mindfulness. So pay attention on purpose in the present moment without judgment. And in that space, insert as much grace and kindness as you can possibly muster for yourself first and for others. Having compassion is one of my core values, and I'm going to be honest with you, it has been hardest to use on myself. But when I give that grace and that kindness, that compassion inward, it expands even further outward. Now, as you embark on creating shifts and becoming this squishy ball existing in your feminine flow, there's many, many more components that we're going to explore throughout this Robin's WellNest time together. But you can let loved ones know that you are trying to do things differently. One thing you can control, and that is yourself. Advocate for yourself. Be vulnerable. It takes a lot of courage to say, I'm existing up until now this one way, and now moving future forward, I'm going to try another way, and I might not be consistent with it, but here's what I need from you. Remember that I have an amazing free resource for you that gives great guidance in the process of embarking on feminine flow. I also offer single coaching sessions that you can find on my website and book as a Reiki Zoom distance healing session. We can shift that into coaching at any point that you want some more support in your journey. Now, the free resource, the Success Blueprint, is 3 research-based steps aligning your life to manifest your vision. And this is a process that allows you to get results that you want in your life and enjoy the journey to get there. I want you to avoid feeling overwhelmed and stuck. It's okay to be in that place. You are okay just where you are, but to move forward, bring in more tools. And when you head over to robinswellnest.com/The Success Blueprint, you will get your copy of the 3 research-based steps aligning your life to manifest your vision. I will also place a link below, and I would love if you would share this and other videos with your friends and family who you know want to live a vibrant life of empowered healing and wellness. Like and subscribe to this channel so that you never miss out on a new lesson that is launching every Monday right here for you. Until next time, remember, you are always enough, just as you are. You are powerful beyond measure. And I love you. Namaste.